Hey guys, welcome back to Vitamin Nation. And you guys, I am back. Like I never left. I'm just playing. But anyway, you guys, I am here to tell you about my reaction to the COVID vaccine, okay? But before I get into that, if you're new here, please subscribe to my channel. Turn that notification on. Turn the notifications on so that you don't miss any of our videos. Give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whatever you want to do. But anyway, we have to tell you guys that, well, I'm saying we because Tiki's supposed to be with me, but he's at work. But anyway, so first I need to tell you guys that we finally hit 100K on TikTok, you guys. I am so excited, y'all. We worked so hard and now we have like 100,000 followers. That is amazing. Thank you guys so much. I know y'all are over here watching our videos too. Thank y'all so much for helping us hit that 100K. Now we're trying to build our YouTube community. So anyway, let's get into the video. First of all, I'm gonna start off by saying I did not want to get the vaccine, okay? I was one of those people that was afraid and didn't want to get the vaccine. Yes, that was me. I own that. However, I did get it. I was made to get it by my school. My school pretty much said, well, one of your clinical sites is requiring everyone to have the vaccine, so basically you don't have a choice. And I'm like, what? But anyway, so I went to, I think I went to a CVS, a Walgreens, I'm sorry. I went to Walgreens. Well, I set up an appointment, online and stuff. Went to Walgreens and I got the Pfizer vaccine. I got the first dose on like July 23rd. So right after work. That same day, I was sore, muscle soreness, whatever. I had just worked too. And the next day I was sore and then I got a low grade fever of 99.6. I also worked the next day. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I worked the next day. So I was fine. And then fast forward to a week later, I felt like, I don't know how to subscribe it. I don't know how to describe it. Like, I felt horrible. Like, it just hit me all of a sudden. Like, first of all, earlier that day, it was a Sunday, I had a headache for like 4 or 5 hours. So I felt horrible. I had a headache for 4 or 5 hours. I wasn't feeling any chills or anything. That came that night. So around 7 or 8 o'clock that night, I started getting chills. I took my temperature. My temperature was 100.6. So, and I was freaking out, y'all. I was freaking out. I was like, this vaccine then gave me COVID, I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God. But yeah, I was freaking out. So I called my boss at 9 o'clock at night. I had to be to work for 4:30 in the morning, mind you. I called my boss at 9 o'clock at night and said, look, I'm so sorry. I cannot make it in. I feel horrible. I don't know if it's a reaction from the vaccine. I don't know if I got the virus. I don't know. So, immediately they were saying they were praying for me. They prayed that I get better. Don't worry about coming in. They got it covered. So bam. I didn't go to the hospital or anything because I was afraid to go to the hospital. The hospitals have been slammed with COVID cases. So I didn't want to expose myself or, I didn't want to go to the hospital. I was scared. I did, however, separate from my family. I kind of stayed separate from them until the next day. The next morning, we went to urgent care, y'all. It was so long, you guys. We waited for like an hour and a half. And I'm pretty sure that we didn't go there, mind you, until like 10 o'clock or 10:30. But I think it was because like so many people were trying to avoid the hospital. Everyone had the same idea. So an hour and a half we waited because I wanted to get a rapid test because I deal with patients and it was required. And also I wanted to know, what's going on with me. So they took me in the back, took my blood pressure, my vitals, everything was fine. And mind you, I never had like a cough or, lost sense of smell or taste or anything like that, just fever, chills, and a headache. So I got to the back, they took my vitals, everything was great. And then they swabbed my nose. It wasn't like as dramatic as everybody says, but I don't know. But anyway, it wasn't as dramatic. We had to wait for 15 minutes to get the results. Okay. Waited for 15 minutes to get the results. Okay, that wait was the longest 15 minutes of my life because I was freaking out. I was like, I have the symptoms that point to it. What am I going to do if I have it? Like, what am I going to do? Like, what do I do? I was like freaking out in my head. And I got the vaccine. So I was like, but mind you, I do know that they do not put the live virus. The vaccine does not contain the live virus. But still, I was like, oh my God, I got the vaccine. This happened a lot. I was freaking out in my head. But so when they came back, they told me that my test was negative. So I didn't have COVID. And he did say that, my lungs sounded great, heart great, everything. But he did say that I was probably having a delayed reaction to the vaccine. And I'm thinking like a week later, yeah, a week later, I was having a delayed reaction to the vaccine. So this reaction went on, like I still had chills and fever that night, the next day. And okay, so I didn't go to work. Okay, I had it that night, the next day, and the day after, because the day after when I went back to work, I still had a fever, 99.8. 99.8. So I did have a fever when I returned to work, but I was negative for COVID. So, it was back to work. But I felt horrible, you guys. I felt like I was going to pass out. I was on the floor and it was so hot. And in my clinic, it's cold, y'all. It's like freezing cold, and I felt so hot. I'm like, ugh, I can't do this. And I kept saying that I can't do this. But after that, I believe that night was a rough night. And then the next day, so it lasted about 4 days. The second round of symptoms, that's what I'm gonna call it, because I had the symptoms with the muscle soreness and low grade fever, and then the second round of symptoms, so I had it twice. So it lasted about 4 days. And then the next day after that, I was off, and it was actually good. Like, everything cleared up. I didn't have fever. Everything was good. It was just, y'all, it was a nightmare. I was just like, oh my gosh. Like, I don't know. You know how it's crazy when it hits you, And my patients that I deal with, I don't deal with COVID patients. I'm a dialysis tech. So I deal with patients who are immunocompromised and who have been quarantining and keeping themselves protected from, the virus and stuff. So it was just really scary for me. I am thankful I didn't have COVID. And I don't have COVID, but it was just very scary. But I don't know. I don't know exactly how I feel about this whole vaccine and virus, and I don't know exactly how I feel. I just know that I don't like all the arguing that is going on about it, and I feel that everyone should be able to make their own decisions without getting, bashed, like, for making decisions, because I myself wouldn't have taken the vaccine if I wasn't forced to by my school. And it's not like my school forced me to, they just said the clinical site requires it. So kind of, But anyway, that's my reaction to my first COVID vaccine. And I will update you guys. I am scheduled to get my second one on Saturday. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna update you guys, and I'm also going to try to vlog it if my symptoms aren't as bad as with the first one, because with the first one, I couldn't pick up a camera, y'all. I could not pick up a camera. Like, I couldn't pick up my hand. Okay? It was bad. But I will try to get some like vlogging footage or something for you guys if y'all want that. I'm sharing my experience to, kind of just help people decide whether or not they want to get the vaccine, or, you know, kind of just to share my experience and my reactions with it, and let people know that it can be delayed. My reactions were delayed a week. So I just thought that was really important to share. But anyway, you guys, that's my reaction to my first COVID vaccine. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please check out our, you know, TikTok and stuff. And also subscribe to our channel. If you're not already subscribed, join the nation. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are being safe out there. Please wear your mask, even if you're vaccinated. It's not 100% effective. The vaccinations are never 100% effective, just like the flu vaccine. You know, it's 99.9% effective, so don't be that 0.1%. Love you guys so much. Stay blessed, less stressed, and I'm out.